Hi, everyone. I am Simone Simpson from Wondering Yoga Cafe Entertainment, and I want to welcome you to our 1 meal a day, 30-day challenge. Today is day 12. We are well into the swing of things. How are you feeling? That's so important, is just keeping a pulse on how you are feeling and then understanding the back of it, the reason why you're feeling that way. So in one word, how are you feeling? And when I was thinking about that for me today, how I'm feeling, it was kind of twofold because I'm feeling a little bit sick. I got a little bit cold for too long. And I started feeling actually like I needed rest. My body's been saying to me, get in the bed and sleep. And I haven't been because I'm working. I didn't take a weekend this week, so I worked straight through. And I had an accomplishment with that because I set an intention on Monday to wake up feeling as if I had had a 3-day weekend. And so I have energy. However, my body wants more rest. So I realized, I said, oh, if I do this again, I will make sure that I allow myself more time for sleeping. And then that way, if I need the sleep, I'll be able to have it. Because like last night, I think I woke up at like 2 in the morning. I may have been up until about 4. That's normal. A lot of times I'll do that, get up, read. Sometimes I'll get up and meditate during that time. And I'm like, oh, I already did my meditation for the morning. And so, but then I'll go back to sleep. And so that's something that I do sometimes. But I said the next time I'll just know, like if there's something going on, if you have a project at work that you're working on, a deadline that you want to hit, and in order to hit it strongly, you're going to work 10, 12, 20, 30 days in a row, just allow yourself more time to sleep and eat clean and eat 1 meal a day, because that way you'll have optimum energy as well, but definitely allowing more sleep. So it's fine to work more, but allow more sleep as you're working more. So that means you're going to need things like chef, cleaning ladies, all that good stuff, or some way to pre-plan, pre-make your meals. So for me, my one word about how I feel was kind of twofold, because I was like, well, I'm feeling like I want more sleep. I just finished walking my mom's dog. So prior to that, I was really tired. I finished working and I was like, I just want to take a hot bath so I can get my body warm again. I've been cold all day, literally all day since this morning, since 6 a.m. I've been freezing. So I'm like, I want to get in a hot bath and soak and then get in the bed. That's how I felt after work. Well, once I walked the dog, I was like, wow, I actually feel better. It's cold outside. I wore a nice warm coat. And I don't wear a coat when I walk outside. That could be some part of this. But today I wore a warm coat. But I came in, I was like, wow, I actually feel much better. I'm not tired anymore. I do still feel like I'm going to take a bath and I'm going to read. I'll take a bath and read. And then if I decide to fall asleep, that's fine. I'm not even sleepy anymore, but I can still tell that my body wants to rest. So I'll do that, but I'm like that, it's just walking, exercise is so good for the body. And it's not like I went and ran, sprinted a mile. I went for a walk. So there are a lot of things that you can do when you're not feeling well, just to move that energy in your body. Nice yoga practice, a nice walk with some nice certain types of stretches. But that's what I did. I'm feeling better. So my one word, initially, I was going to combine the words tired and happy, but I'm not feeling tired anymore. I'm feeling satisfied. Yeah, that's my word, satisfied. I'm feeling satisfied. That's my one word for today. How are you feeling? Leave it in the comments. I want to know, how are you feeling? It's day 12. We're 2 more days and we'll be 2 weeks into this. Okay. 14 days is a week. So 2 more days and we'll be 2 weeks into this. I am at a point, I hit that sweet spot yesterday where my coffee in the morning and then water until my meal is now easy. Like it's not a struggle. I'm not counting hours anymore. It's just easy. In fact, today, when it was time to eat, I wasn't hungry at all. And I thought, wow, I could actually just not eat today. And then I thought, well, I'd rather not eat on a Friday. So I did still eat, but I wasn't hungry at all. And I remember someone else was talking about one meal a day. And he said, if you get to those days where you're just not hungry, just don't eat that day, wait until the next day. And I thought, what is he talking about? But it's day 12 and I'm already there. Like I was not hungry today when I ate. So if I revisit that feeling tomorrow, I might entertain it because Friday is a good day for me to not eat the meal, to skip over that meal, because Friday for me used to be a heavy snack day, like it's Friday, finger food day. So yeah. So that is how I'm feeling today. I'm feeling satisfied. And how are you feeling? I'm excited to go through the comments and read and see how you're feeling. Make sure you're congratulating yourself. Our quote for today is give your attention intention. Give your attention intention. Everything, people, things will try to take your attention away all day long. And it is your job, our jobs, to give our attention intention. Decide what you want to look at, decide who you want to talk to, decide who you want to answer. Start paying attention to all the questions that people ask you in a day, and 80% of those questions don't even need to be answered. A lot of times when people are asking a question, they're getting rid of nervous energy, trying to feel better, and they're using you to get there. And so it's not that they really need the answer to that question. And so kind of just think about that. Is this something that I need to put my energy into? And it's, yeah, so give your attention intention. I was talking to a client about that today. She's like, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel amazing. I feel so good. And she's like, oh, everything must be going well. I love it. And I said, well, my mom got really sick, but in the middle of that, I was just focusing on how I felt through all of that. And finally, I got to the point where I just felt so good. And I said, and that's when she actually got better after that. But she was like, oh my goodness. So that is our quote for today. Our theme for today is give your attention intention. It's really, our time is one of the most valuable things that we have, is our time. And when someone asks you a question, they are saying to you, you only have 24 hours in this day. I want 10 minutes of the only day of today that you have. I want 10 minutes of that. Sometimes they're just about nothing, just because they have angst and they just want to nonstop chitter chatter nonstop because they have angst. And you could be enjoying a rainbow or just quietly looking at a sunset and allowing the perfect answer to a question you had to gently drop in. So just start paying attention to those questions you're being asked. And a lot of people ask confirmation questions. They already know the answer. They literally already do. I have people all the time, I just gave you the answer, and they literally ask me the same question again. I say it again and they ask it like it's literally time that they're spending because they have angst in certain ways. That's all. So sometimes when people do that, what I say to them is, let me write this down, because you never know. Some people have learning differences. And so I'm like, well, if they're actually not understanding, I want to put it in a different form so that can help. If reading it will help, I don't know, but I'm like, maybe they actually have a learning difference. So that's understandable. But a lot of times that's not the case. It's just, they're just asking questions. So give your attention intention. Give your attention intention. And so there's a link below to Meditation Rising. There is a powerful meditation on there that I have manifested so much from. It's a very powerful meditation. It is a guided meditation that guides you into the vibration of different high vibing feelings. So you put your email address in, you get unlimited free access to the morning meditation. So definitely, and there's a subscription you can subscribe to as well. I think it's like $9.99 a month, and there's like a morning, a midday, an evening meditation, and then a goals and dreams meditation, one for actually manifesting. So that is there. The link is below. But our one meal a day, Today I ate from 1 until about 2:45. And it was interesting. So I ordered food from my favorite kosher restaurant. So I ordered food and I ordered 2 meals instead of one. So I took both of them upstairs. And I was like, I want to make sure I have enough food to eat, because when I've struggled during this 1 meal a day challenge, it's when I don't eat enough. Like I'm satisfied with half of a sandwich. However, with half of a sandwich, I'm not satisfied 6 hours later or the next day. Before, with all those hours I have before I eat, I'm not satisfied then. So it's eating enough at my meal that I'm satisfied until the next meal. So I was like, okay, I'm ordering 2 meals, took those upstairs, and I had some of the fish in one of them. There was a little bit of coleslaw in that one too. And I didn't really eat much of it. I just, like, there were French fries in both of them, so I didn't eat that. I probably had a few, but they're just not good. I changed the way I eat on the program that's in the link, snapbackbodywild.com. There's a link below, but it literally changes the way you eat, the way you think about food. French fries used to be my thing. Like, before, I would have eaten every single French fry. Like, I probably had like 3 or 4, and each one, it's such a habit of thought that French fries are good, and I eat them and I'm like, this just isn't. But now I had the tartar sauce. That's something I used to never eat. I had the tartar sauce, I had the fish, I had the coleslaw. So kind of switching one thing for the other. I always loved coleslaw though, but that's what I had. But the reason my window was a little longer today is because I ate while I worked. And so it took longer because I was talking to clients, and so not able to chew the whole time. So it kind of stretched out my window, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That's going to happen. That's what you're going to realize, is that trying to eat within 1 hour is a skill. It says, I want to put that skill up there with people who travel with one bag. Like, I see those people and I'm like, you need a YouTube channel. Like, what is in there? I went to an event and I had 4 bags, and the lady next to me going to the same event had a backpack. And I was like, I said, you need a YouTube. I said, that is a skill. I said, what do you, and then she asked me, she's like, what's in your bag? Your bags. But yeah, so that getting your window within 1 hour is a skill. I would think that you would need a full-time chef to have the foods prepared so that as soon as you are eating, those foods are ready. Because if you're making your meal, that's difficult, because you need to sample a little bit while you're cooking just to see the taste of the food. And that tells you how it's going to turn out. And it's just, yeah. And you don't want to eat out every day. Like, that's not as healthy as it can be. You don't know the sodium amounts, things like that. Even when you have a great restaurant, like my kosher restaurant, I can tell when I eat the foods, I just feel good. But I think I feel better with the egg salad sandwich than the fish. But yeah, so it's a skill. So today I ate for about 1 hour and 45 minutes. I finished eating at 2:45, so it wasn't eating the whole time. But that was my eating window today. And so our tips for today, super, super interesting. There's a study that was done by the Salk Institute, and what they were testing, they tested subjects. They had subjects that were intermittent fasting and subjects who were not intermittent fasting. The subjects who were intermittent fasting were doing a 16-8. So this is excellent because we're doing 1 meal a day. So we're the warrior dieters. So they were 16-8. So they were fasting for 16 hours, eating for 8. And then they had the constant eaters. I love that term because that's what it is, the standard American diet. It's constant eating. Like, you don't get a break. It's like, wake up, eat, 2 hours later, eat, 2 hours later, eat, 2 hours later, eat. Like, it's like constant eating. So the constant eaters and the intermittent fasters, they ate the same thing. What they were eating was high sugar, high fat. And of course, the study, you can tell it was done with Western medicine, because as we know, high fat in your diet is really good for us when you're having good, healthy fats. And so that's not a bad thing. But this is what all of the subjects had: high sugary foods, high fat, probably not the good fats. probably weren't focused on avocados and organic EVU. They were probably focused on other like cupcakes, things like that. So what they found is that the subjects who did the constant eating, they got sick and gained weight. And some of them, I mean, just masses of weight is what they put on. So they got sick. The intermittent fasters did not. So that is significant. They were eating the same thing. So that for me, I just wrote the words timing is everything. And this intermittent fasting now, it feels better to eat clean, to eat better. You're going to feel better. Your skin's going to look better. It's hydrated. Like this is me with no makeup. Like, well, I have a little bit of lip gloss, but it's just clear. Like this is just me. Like when you're eating clean, it does so much for your skin. It does a lot for your organs. And so that's important. But right now, again, our focus is on getting our eating window to 4 hours or less, keeping it within that 4 hours and ideally within 2 hours. That's our focus. This first 30 days, we're being easier on ourselves, but we're sticking our food in that 4-hour window. We're not going beyond that. But what we eat right now, it's up to you. Just kind of eat what you want, but knowing that we're going to start cleaning it up at some point. But we just want to get in the habit where it's easy. Like I'm there. I'm in that spot. And you should be too. Some of you might have just happened upon the video and you may not be at day 12. Maybe you're going to watch this and then go back to day 1. But this is a good thing that you saw this because you know what to look forward to. It's literally only 12 days away. And actually it started for me on day 11. And the sweet spot number that I've always heard is 2 weeks. After doing intermittent fasting for 2 weeks, your window that you've chosen is easy. So for me, it was day 11. So that's something to look forward to. If this is your first video, then you're going to hop back to day 1 for what we're calling season 1, which is our first 30-day challenge. Our second 30-day challenge, we will call that season 2. And then we'll have day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. So that I thought was interesting. And a really good tip as well is the intermittent fasting subjects lived 60% longer. So that to me was exciting just by intermittent fasting. And I can tell with my body, I had a lot of inflammation, trouble breathing, my lungs, all of that. There's a video. I'll put a card, I'll put a link with this video so you can see it, but there's a video where I talk about everything that happened with my health. But I could tell day 1 of intermittent fasting that my body loved it. It just felt easier to breathe. It felt like it was easier for my blood to flow. I was like, wow, I feel regular again. And so that's really nice. I actually cut some medication that I had in half, and that was just medication to prevent blood clots. And because I had multiple pulmonary embolisms in both lungs, doctors had no idea what was going on. They didn't see them. I'm like, I'm having trouble breathing. This went on for 6 weeks. We see nothing. I'm like, I have to help myself breathe, but I'm very calm and matter of fact. I don't panic in a panic state. When I react is when it's over. Like when my mom got really sick, I was super calm. Like I'm in the center of the storm. I was super calm. But when all of that happened, once she was in the hospital, once we knew what was going on, once I was at home, took a shower, went to bed, got up the next day for work, took a shower, got up, had some coffee, did some yoga. No, I didn't have coffee. I was feeling sick that week. I had tea, but sat down to work, answered the phone the phone started ringing, my first client, and literally I started crying. Like I wasn't even expecting it, but that was after the issue. Like you don't want to cry in the middle of a situation. You know, hold on everyone, I'm gonna cry for an hour, then we can deal with the chaos. No, that's when you need you cry after. There's time after. So that was something that was interesting for me. I was telling my colleagues, I was like, I wasn't expecting it. I've been crying in between phone calls, like the phone rang, I started crying. So, but my clients couldn't tell I wasn't like answering crying, but it was just like, tears started dropping now. It's like, oh, wow, this is really something. So that's me, but timing is everything. And with this intermittent fasting, they study showing that they live 60% longer. That is significant. And as I said, what I noticed was how I felt. I cut my medicine in half, and actually now I'm out of my medicine and went to go and get it, and everything was closed. And so it's another day or two, but I feel really good. I mean, I've been on it for a while, and it's time the doctors are ready to wean me off anyway. So I know because it's us that decides what's going to happen to us. However, I can tell how my body feels. I know, just like I knew when it was hard to breathe, I know when it's easy to breathe. And so that's how I'm feeling now. So I'm definitely looking forward to these future doctors' checkups and them giving me that green thumb with everything going well. But so that's our tip for today. And timing is everything. So this intermittent fasting, hoping you're in this for the long haul. If you've gotten the approval of your healthcare provider and everything's okay, we're doing this 30 days. This is just the thing. This is what we're doing. I'm excited to see the difference in the way we look, the way we feel. And our trick for today is to incorporate a mindfulness practice. So I love meditation for that. And you can make it spiritual or not. The meditationrising.com, it's just meditation. It's just quieting your mind. So it's not other components of it that you might find in other organizations. But it is quieting your mind. And that's so important because that's where you can give your attention intention. And that's what we want to do. So let me show you. I was going to film over here because that's my chalk wall. Yeah, I love it. So that's 1 meal a day, 30-day challenge, day 11. That's from yesterday. So I'm going to change that to day 12. So day 11. 12. So day 12, 1 meal a day, 30-day challenge, day 12. It's a lifelong journey that I feel that if I'm eating more than 1 meal a day, that's definitely not going to be the norm. And I really love the energy that I have in the mornings when I get up, have that morning cup of coffee now, it just feels good. Right now, my practice is working in my yoga practice. That's the task, is working that into my schedule, which really has more to do with getting in bed on time and might really just have to do with getting up on time. Because if you get up on time, you will get in bed on time because you'll be ready for bed. So that's probably a lot of my focus right now, is getting my yoga practice in. And then eventually we're going to do 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of learning. So reading something, studying something. So we're going to do a 20-20-20 with our extra time that we have now that we are not eating, not prepping, not cooking 2 meals a day. So it's just 1 meal a day. So you've got breakfast time and dinner time where you can do something else. So that's really good. So my dinner time, I switched that with making these videos. So I really love that. So thinking about what you're doing, that's my yoga studio. What you're doing for your dinner time, that time that you would normally spend those 2 meals a day, which activity are you going to incorporate? Which activity are you going to do? Now I've started walking my mom's dog. So I think for now I've actually incorporated a dog walk. It's 20 minutes. So yeah, I guess I can check that off the list. Yoga is my go-to. That's really important because of the stretching. I do some stretches at night before bed. Well, the splits, center and then left and right. And then I kick up into a handstand, but I do that every night. But finding that 20 minutes of activity, ideally yoga or ballet, we want to do something where we're stretching and get that into your day. I think what I'll do tomorrow is do 10 minutes of yoga in the morning. Since I'm walking, I'll just do 10 minutes in the morning in a fasted state, because it's nice to exercise in a fasted state. But our trick for today, that was incorporating a mindfulness practice. So again, meditationrising.com. There's a link below. Enter your email address and you get free unlimited access to the morning meditation. And it's 6 minutes. So everyone has time for that. Everyone has 6 minutes in the morning to give to you. It's a very powerful meditation. And basically what you're doing with that is you are telling your body, your mind, how to feel for that day. If you don't start off your day with a mindfulness practice, with a meditation, then you're feeling according to what's going on around you. You see a cute puppy, you smile, it feels good. Someone brings you a present, you smile, it feels good. You have a new boyfriend, you smile, it feels good. All of that. Someone yells at you, it doesn't feel good. Now you're angry. All of that. However, when you sit with yourself and you pull your attention in and you're telling your mind, no, I'm going to listen to this guided meditation and I'm going to get into the vibration of these feelings of love, of fun, and get into this vibration. That's how I'm starting my day. Then when you leave your house or start work that morning, if you work remotely, work at home, when you talk to your clients, you're already in control of your emotions. So if I talk to a client who's not happy, I'm happy. It doesn't affect me. I stay happy. They're what they do and say, because I told myself how to feel that morning. Now, if I don't tell myself how to feel in the mornings and I get on the phone and someone's upset, I might go on a whirlwind with them. Like, wow, they just took me on a boat ride and it felt like we were in a storm. But if I do my meditation in the morning and then it's more like they're on that boat ride and I'm on the shore, like sipping a nice cold water. I was going to say Mai Tai, but I don't drink those. But it sounded like the best answer, the best thing to say. What even is a Mai Tai? Oh my goodness. What's in it? Leave it in the comments. What's in a Mai Tai? Maybe I'll have one. Not now, but when I get back to the beach. I mean, I'm still at my Vegas house right now. I'm remodeling. So when I get back to the beach, that's good. I'm going to maybe do a video where I walk around, because soon everything's going to be different. So I want to have a before video so you can see everything. So thank you so much for watching. Our quote for today, give your attention intention, meditationrising.com. There's a link below. This is our 1 meal a day, 30-day challenge. Today is day 12. Congratulate yourself. You've done it. You're doing it. We're doing this together. Come every day. Even with my shoulders, like I noticed, I'm like, wow, my shoulders look more defined. I was walking in the mirror today, looking at the way my shirt was hitting my pants. And I was like, or my jacket, I was like, wow, it's defined now. Like I can see where my waist is and it's just defined. It fell better. My clothes are falling better now. And I'm like, it's only day 12. Like imagine. So be good to yourselves. Remember tonight before you go to sleep to think of your day, review your day. This is a practice that I got from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Review your day and think of your day. Think of what things you did well and think of things that if you had the chance to do it again, how would you do it differently? All right. And then congratulate yourself on what you did well. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Simone Simpson from Wondering Yoga Cafe Entertainment. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. Sending adventure your way.